Hello, welcome to my little room here. Thank you so much for contacting me about your fitness goals, It means a lot to me that people actually considering me for their new lifestyle change, me as a coach, Yeah, it means a lot to me. You would have chosen so many others, but you chose me, so thank you for that. Okay, so today, you probably know, just like I wrote you in the email, the things we're going through today. This is just an assessment. We're going to check your body now, how fit you are now. Your measurements, write them down so we have them from start to beginning. You have sent me some pictures, before pictures, and then we will just use those as well to see how far you've come. So when you begin a fitness journey like this, when you want to change yourself in one way or another, it is fantastic to have some startup pictures to know. I know it cannot feel that good to begin with, taking pictures of yourself when you're trying to change yourself, your appearance, because most people are not extremely happy about how they look when they try to start a journey where they are changing their appearance, getting more fit and stuff like that. So it can be a little bit hard in the beginning to take pictures and send to a stranger, So thank you for that trust in me. So as I said here today, it is just like a startup assessment. Talk about your goals, see measurements. I have the pictures and startup, so that is amazing. When we hear on something like this, build muscle mass. You want to build muscle mass here. When we're doing like that, then we need to see the scale, if the weight is changing. The pictures, week by week, get pictures in, see if that is changing. Sometimes the scale will not do anything, but then we can see on the pictures that you got more volume in the muscles, you got lower fat percentages and stuff like that, so they can be very great as well to have as an indicator. And then we will have measurements. Yeah. So weight, pictures, measurements. Because sometimes when people are trying to gain muscle, then they will only use the weight and they will not gain that amount that they want week for week, and that can be very disencouraging. So when you have pictures and you do have measurement as well, then we have 3 indicators, 3 factors to play, Great. Let's talk about your goals. I just have this smart LED display right here. I can just write on and save into this device. So I start by writing goals. Can you tell me a little bit about your goals? Yeah. We have a startup of 12 weeks, and then we will just assess if it's gonna be more than that or how far we come, Yeah. So we have 12 weeks here. What would you like to achieve in these 12 weeks? That seems manageable. Lower body fat percentage. Gain muscle mass. Is there someone you are trying to look like, in the muscle mass department? Okay. I don't think I can make you look like Henry Cavill in 12 weeks, but I will do my best so you can get a great startup to get there. Yeah, muscle-wise. I think everybody wants to look like Henry Cavill. Okay. What about strength? Do you have any strength goals? Are you happy with where you are now, or? Yeah, of course. So, I will not be talking much about training split or anything regarding that, nutrition, anything like that in this assessment right here. This is just a startup assessment. Then I will evaluate what program, both nutrition-wise and training-wise, that you need regarding the data I got today. So I have my clipboard right here. I saved the data. At first here, I do have a fat percentage measure. How this works is just I put it on a skin fold, like this. And then I will pinch down on the skin fold and just see the number here, and then I will calculate it. Then we get a fat percentage. It's not perfect, not at all, but it's what we got right now, and it's an fourth indicator actually. We will take through as well. So it's nice just to have this just as a measurement tool, to see regarding the first measurement here, if you're going lower on the fat percentage scale, and if you're not getting lower, what about strength, what about the pictures, and what about the weight? Then we have a fourth indicator right here. I will just pinch the skin at the stomach. Is that okay? Thank you. Okay. And I will also just pinch the skin at the upper chest. Is that okay? The bicep. And if you just turn your arm, then I will also do the tricep. The last place I need for this measurement right here is the lower back. So if you just turn around. Thank you. Thank you. And saved. I will just calculate it later. If you want to know the number, then I can tell you the number. It is not something that you need to worry about that much, because this is just a number about the measurements I just took right here. It's not a real number of your fat percentage actually. We just take this as an indicator because this is the starting point where we just took this number. Then we will just scale from there, you know. But it's not the real fat percentage. We cannot measure the real fat percentage with a tongue like this. It's also because if you have eaten a little bit more carbs, or if you're more stressed, the cortisol levels are raised, then your skin folds and just in the body generally, when you're stressed and stuff like that, you can keep a little bit more water retention in the skin folds and stuff like that. So when I pinch the skin, then it might not be the best result, you know, if you're stressed. It can also just because if it's a summertime, that's warm and stuff like that. So they can also just like store extra fluid in the skin folds and stuff like, and you know, yeah. Okay, great. Now that out of the way, I've saved the data. If you want, again, I can send you the number, but only for your own sake, because you are curious, you know. Yeah. I do have this device right here. This is just something that I do with my clients. I think it's quite fun and quite interesting to see grip strength, of course, because this is a grip strength instrument, but just to see how much force you can produce on this. See at the end of our 12 weeks together, if it's easier on the same force or if you can actually increase the force. That's just a fun little way of measuring a little bit of strength gains, just with the forearms, you know, and the fingers. Yeah, it's just a fun little thing that I like to do, and it can be quite motivating as well. Especially motivating in not using that much strength lessening equipment, you know, like straps. I like to use straps. I like to use some different equipment as well, where it is needed. But I think some people use it too often, where it's not needed that much, and it can weaken your grip strength. So I just think that this is also just a fun little way to see if you have used a lot of that equipment. I do not practice that much. So if you just take this, I have put it on 30 kilograms. 30 kilograms. What is that, like 70 pounds, something like that? So if you just try to grip that, try to do that. Okay, you could do that. From a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was that? 7? Okay. If you just give it back here, then I will increase. Now it is 40 kilograms. That's about 90 pounds, I think. 88 pounds or something like that. So here we go. Try again. And now it's 5 kilograms more than last time. That's about 12 or 13 pounds or something like that. You could just do it. From 1 to 10, how hard was it? 9.5, 9.5. Okay, let's keep it here. If you just give it back to me. Thank you. Then we will write that down as well, just as a fun little strength indicator as well. I know it's stupid, it's just something I like to do. It can be more motivating than you would actually think. When it increases, that is. I have my handy dandy little measuring tape right here. So I do have that right here. I just want to take some basic measurements. First, around the stomach. Is that okay? It can be sensitive for some people, but I really want that measurement. Okay, I'll just put this around your stomach. That's not that bad. And I will just do all the measurements here and then we'll write it down after and then save it. I can remember this. And the arm. Just flex your bicep. That's great. Let's check the other arm. Let's check the other arm just to see if they are even. And just flex your bicep on this arm right here. Great. Now I need a chest measurement. So I just try not to breathe all the way in and not all the way out. Just take a normal breath and hold it right there. Great. Then we don't have to, like measure your lung capacity. There's no need for that. I'll just measure your chest. And legs are important as well. So if you just stand completely normal, don't need to flex or something like that. It's different what coaches do, but I just have my clients stand totally normal with the legs. So let's measure the thigh. And for good measure, no pun intended, the other thigh. Great. I will just write this down. So first up we had the stomach. The stomach right here. I will just write that down. Yeah. Then we had. I don't remember the correct order, but then we did the chest. And then we did the arms. And then we did the thighs. And save. Something that I need to hear about. You haven't told me yet, because I've not asked. Did you have any prior injuries or current injuries? Okay, yeah, I will take that into consideration in my training program as well. But nothing else. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so not that prone to injuries, it seems, regarding your history. Nice. So I have this book right here. I will not talk too much about training program or anything like that yet, because I've not structured your training program yet, since this is just an assessment. But I do want you to look in here. I am following a lot of the things in this book. It is just basic training principles. I like this book a lot. It's great for startup people. It's very basic, so for people like me, it is not a great read, because I know the stuff in here. All my clients will get this book for free, even though it's just like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks training program. I give this book with them for free, because if there's an exercise at the gym, I will do sessions with you, of course, but not all the sessions. We do have some sessions together, and then you will do it at your own. Yeah, on this plan. But if you do have any exercises you're not thinking you're hitting the muscles correctly, because you cannot feel it where you think it should be, then you can just look the exercise up in this book. Look, what muscles are we targeting? And then you can read a little bit about the exercise. You can see the exercise in here. And you can find the exercise, because I write on your training program what the exercise is called. So you can just look up in the register in here, and then just find that exercise to see if there's some small hints in here also when you do it yourself that you can assess, So that's just a nice little add-in I give to people that are signed up for my plans here as well. And I do like this a lot. There's a lot of different pages with a lot of different exercises. There are something in here as well if you do have any pains and aches, like soreness, or is there something muscle, that hurts, then there's also a chapter in here which talks a little bit about that. I'll go through everything like that. I'm a massage therapist as well, like work with athletes actually. So I can help you with that regard as well. It's not on this plan you have chosen right now. But we can add that, in time if it's something that you would like. But I would just like to give you this book here in your plan as well. So just take this book. Regarding your assessment, that was actually everything for today. If you have found this helpful, if you think this has been pleasant, then I would like to hear it. If there's something that you didn't like, then just tell me. I am open for anything, Yeah, so just tell me if there's something that I did that you did not like, and I'm very happy that you chose me. Thank you so much for that. I think that we can get some great results together if you follow the things I'm gonna plan out for you. We will do this step by step. We'll meet in a week or two. We'll meet each other again in a week or two, where I just talk about the training program, the nutrition plan, and stuff like that. Is that okay? Great. Well, you go home, get some rest, drink plenty of fluid. Not that I have done anything to you that needs that, but that's just something that I recommend in my plan and my programs as well. Fluid is underrated, so plenty of fluid. Bye bye, mate.